And so this is the Zune HD from Microsoft, kind of the latest in their lineup of MP3 multimedia devices. Being from the UK, I haven't actually had the chance to experience this, kind of purchasing it off the shelf, so the fact that I'm in the US at the moment, I've been lucky enough to have a go with this actual device itself and kind of get some first impressions. We'll take it out of the box. This isn't really unboxing since it's already been opened, but we'll do it anyway. We'll just tip the device out. There we go. Put this to the side for a second and then take it out. So it's almost like an iPhone if you see kind of the way it's taking out and the way it's held. Welcome to Zune HD. 14 days free music with the Zune Pass, which lets you basically download music as long as you pay a monthly subscription. Zune Everywhere just tells you about some of the peripherals. Put that to the side. And the rest is here. It's kind of nice and easily open up. Nothing special to it. You get some colourful earbuds, USB and earphones themselves. I haven't had a chance to try these out, but they don't actually look too bad. It's a nice smooth finish with metallic on the end. Not too shabby. So we'll put that to the side and we'll actually show you the device itself. The first thing that I noticed when I actually switched this on, and I was honestly kind of blown away by the fact that it was such rich colour and kind of depth of the colour. I was really impressed. I'm not sure if this will be able to kind of really be very well conveyed on camera, but we'll give it a shot. So basically I've got the iPhone 3GS here. Next to it you can see there's a bit of a screen difference, and obviously you can kind of see how different the sizes are. So it's a much smaller device itself, and this is actually I think 16 gigabytes as well as this. So this is kind of just a loading screen. This is it awake right now. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see the colour depth there, but it should hopefully be visible the fact that this Zune's screen is really, really rich and the colour depth is amazing. I mean, very, very clear and deep colours. So rather than taking you through the software first, what I'll do is I'll take you around the device. On the bottom we have the USB jack here, very similar to the iPod Touch and the iPhone. 3.5mm audio jack along the right hand side. Hello from Seattle. The audio rocker and the power switch along the top right there. Along the back as well, something which I think is quite nice and makes it feel kind of almost industrial, as the 4 screws you have here on the etched metallic back. Very nice. So if we go into the software, we press the home button here, and what we do is we just slide it up. So this is the navigation for the Zune. We can go left to right. This is basically pins, our bookmarks, history of what you've already done, so if you want to navigate quickly to something you've done in the past, nice and simple to do. And new stuff, which is just fed from the network, so kind of new things you've downloaded, new things are available. We go back to the main navigation, which you see, I mean the screen's very responsive for a capacitive screen. We'll go back. So we go to the menu, we've got music, videos, which is very rich. Unfortunately I can't play it because of copyright issues. Pictures, radio, because this has a radio receiver in it, so that's pretty cool if you're out and about on the go. You don't really want to listen to your music at the moment, you want to listen to what's on the radio, very useful. A marketplace, obviously for the content. Zune Social, so if you have a social pass, that kind of gets you into all the social features of Zune and Microsoft and what they've got together. Haven't actually tried it myself because, as I say, I'm in the UK at the moment and it's not available, which is a bit of a letdown. And then we've got internet, so you can actually browse the internet from this device, and I'll show you an example in a minute. Applications you can download, and the settings for the device. Nothing too special, so I won't bore you by going into it. If we navigate, I'll show you an example of how it's navigate. So we press music, and what music does is it goes to the top of the screen and it essentially acts as a back button. So we can actually scroll on the top here. So we go songs, genres, albums, and I like it because it's very responsive and you can see all the images load very quickly and kind of the menus really rich and bright against the black of the screen. So we go back here, we go songs, and we go one more back to artists. We'll go Black Eyed Peas, and obviously you're not going to be able to hear the music because I haven't got any audio plugged in, but you can see you've got the album art in the background, very similar to how the iPod Nano does it. So we press play, and now you've actually got the music playing. You can shuffle it, you can replay it, and you can favourite it. We can go back along here, and then press artists, and then press music, and then you're back to the main menu. Nice and simple, nothing too special about it. Same applies for videos, TV, other, it's kind of all by genre. I'm actually zoom for a second just so you can see. We obviously turn it around. Oh, maybe not. So you can hopefully see how rich the colour is and kind of how deep and sharp. I mean, I was very surprised for such a small screen how sharp the image is and how deep the colours are. I mean, I know I go on about it, but very impressive. So we go back and then we'll go to internet and show you one of my favourite websites, which should load. It loads a little bit slower, I've noticed on here, so this is just connecting to the network at the moment. Loads a little bit slower than, say, for example, on an iPod Touch or an iPod Nano. Sorry, not on the iPod, on the iPhone. But, I mean, for an MP3 device, it's still impressive. The fact that it loads at all, and the fact that you can get internet access at all. If you think 3 or 4 years back, just the fact that it could play music was impressive. As you can see there, TechnoBuffalo, scroll nice and easy, loads the images very quickly, caches them as well, works as any other browser, and you can pinch to zoom. So you can pinch in on TechnoBuffalo, you can zoom out. The only thing I'd say is that the screen feels slightly rough to the touch because it's so kind of, it's such a clean finish that it grips a little bit, obviously because it's glass. So that's the web browser. We'll go back, press the home button, and as you can see, it doesn't take too long to load back in. We've got obviously the applications and then the settings. You've got the Wi-Fi, display, music. You can set the radio, clock, screen lock. It's basically just like an iPod Touch, but from Microsoft. Now, some of you might be thinking, and I know that I'm going to get some comments saying, "Boo, Microsoft isn't kind of rubbish compared to Apple." But honest comparison, I am very impressed with the device, and I think if Microsoft made the marketplace available and the actual Zune HD available in the UK, it would be a pretty solid hit, purely for the fact that the hardware is solid. It feels very nice, kind of nice to the touch. You can't really bend anything. Not that I've tried overly hard to kind of bend it, but the feel and the kind of the sensation you get from using the interface and actually using the device itself, it is nice and it's easy to use and it's simple to kind of get used to, which essentially is kind of one of the biggest hurdles to get a device kind of into the marketplace and with a high kind of market share. So overall, very impressed. Not too many quirks that I've found, to be honest, other than the kind of browser and internet side of it being a little bit slow. Doesn't bother me too much. All in all, very good MP3 player. If it wasn't for the fact they already had an iPhone, I'd probably pick one of these up. If you've got any questions, drop them down in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer them. As usual, if you enjoy this video or any other videos, feel free to subscribe. Obviously it helps me, makes me happy, makes me smile. And as I said, if you've got any questions, drop them down. Or alternatively, if you have a Twitter account, you can actually tweet me with questions at twitter.com/ArminTalik. Thanks very much. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.